Chavez.
Yes.
Hayes.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Item item number 2, Sauk Talk.
I asked for this meeting to be called today because, as some of you guys were present, this week Tuesday at the board meeting, I did announce that the Sauk Talk was ready for print. This was the first time that the Sauk Talk had been printed professionally and prepared to be mailed since July of 2009. Upon me announcing that, there were some residents who did approach the podium during questions and comments, stated some concerns with the referendum question that was involved in that. Approximately 12:45 p.m. yesterday, I received a phone call that told me that the Sauk Talks, after they had been bundled and put in U.S. Postal Service containers with zones and had the proper documentation to be mailed, had been removed from the village hall. At that point in time, I did talk to the village manager. She told me, I called her, she told me that that was in fact correct. She told me what happened, and then I asked to have a meeting with her at 2 o'clock. When I came in for that meeting, I did view the room myself. The bins were in fact empty. The copy boxes that they had come in had been removed. I did take the opportunity to speak with 5 of the employees that were here during the occurrence. They have signed affidavits to what happened, and at that point in time, I did speak with Ms. Turner again, and I did view the tape to see exactly who took the Sauk Talks out of the building. At that point in time, I did walk across the street to the police department to file a police report. Was told that a police report could not be filed on the direction of the temporarily appointed Robert Fox as police chief. Sergeant Salisbury told me she could not file that report due to his direction. At that point in time, I did speak with her. She did provide me with an incident report, and I did await for Mr. Fox to return to the building as he was otherwise detained. Once he did return, he and I had a conversation. He told me that he would do an investigation on it and contact the state police because as a civilian, I was not able to do so. I told him that that was in fact incorrect, that I knew otherwise. He did say that he would conduct the investigation and that no police report would be filed. I did say that I did not feel comfortable with that because I had witnessed him taking the boxes out of the station. I saw that on the tape, and I wanted an investigation to be started. I did email Ms. Turner today because yesterday I did talk to, when I talked to Mr. Fox, I asked him for a written report of the events. He told me that he would not write one. I did ask Ms. Turner to have him do that yesterday. I still have not gotten one. I did email Ms. Turner again today to ask that as a village manager, she direct the temporarily appointed police chief, Robert Fox, to write a report. And as of 7:15 tonight, I do not have a report of his occurrence of the events. I do have 5 other signed documents from employees that were here to witness that event. I have also contacted, both yesterday and today, I have contacted Cook County Sheriff's Office, Illinois State Police Office, State's Attorney's Office, U.S. Attorney General's Office, as well as the Postmaster General. And they have all been informed, and I'm waiting to hear back from those entities.
Ms. Trustee Williams, did you inform the mayor?
I did. I directed the village manager, once this happened, I directed her to inform the mayor. She told me that she had a call out to the mayor based on the conversation that happened because when the boxes were discovered, she did have a conversation. She was outside with the people who were going through the boxes. She said at that time she had already contacted the mayor. The mayor had not returned her phone call. At that point in time, as of her last report that she provided last night, the mayor had not responded to her. However, I have received confirmation of the fact that the mayor said that he was in possession of the Sauk with the possibility of, well, his intention was to alter that, I believe, he didn't say what, but I believe it was the referendum question, and then have them sent out. I know that was, the village clerk did email, forwarded email that he had sent to her. At that time, I did ask that all email communication be halted regarding the Sauk Talk, and I did send an email out to the village manager, the mayor, and the village clerk, because I did think that it was a series of events. And one more thing, I'm sorry, just to cut you off. We did take the village clerk took the opportunity today with the assistance of very, very gracious volunteers to come in and volunteer their time between the copy machine in this building and the copy machine in the fire station. They did make paper copies of it, normal paper copies, and they are ready, they are zoned, they are rezoned, paperwork has been refilled out, and they will be going out tomorrow.
Trustee, prior to yesterday, or when this incident happened, did the mayor have time to did the mayor receive a copy prior to yesterday, prior to Tuesday, I'm sorry, we had a meeting Tuesday. Did the mayor receive a copy of the Sauk Talk to look it over to, before distribution? In other words, did the mayor get a copy from anyone to look it over ahead of time?
The mayor received an email, as every member of this board, and Mr. McGrath, we all received an email on Friday, January, not Friday. We got it on Wednesday, January 11th. That email went out by the village clerk, asked that all changes, anything needed to be finalized by the 13th, that Friday the 13th, as it had to go to Delaney. I believe Delaney Printing was the printing company that did the Sauk Talks, because we had to have an ample amount of time to have them have the file, prepare it, print it, separate it, collate it, and now things that go in bulk mailing have to be tabbed, so they had to have time to tab it in each individual Sauk Talk, and then give it to us, so we could separate it by zones, and then get it to the post office. And he had that opportunity. He also had that opportunity as it was presented, like I said, on Tuesday. It was passed out to the audience members. We did have some discussion. There were, I believe, 4 individual residents that stood up and said that they had comments or questions about the way the referendum was written. At that time, I did, myself and the village clerk did explain that the referendum, the wording was done by the attorneys and the village engineers. The board had access to that. We all were aware of what the questionnaire said. They did voice their concerns, but at no time did the mayor state any type of intention of halting the Sauk Talk or stopping it from going out or anything like that. I did not know that's how he felt about that was his intention, until I received the phone call from the public works director, and when we got the information, the verification that he actually had.
I'm sorry, I'd like to respond to that also. I hand delivered a copy to the mayor on the night of Wednesday, the 11th.
That's what I was going to ask you. I was at a meeting on Wednesday, that same meeting on Wednesday the 11th. I saw you had something to the mayor. I don't know what it was, and that's what I was going to ask you about. Was that the Sauk Talk that you handed to him?
That was the final Sauk Talk that I personally handed to the mayor on the night of Wednesday, January 11th.
So that was, he had approximately 6 days prior to that time, prior to last Tuesday's meeting.
That's correct.
Trustee Rich.
Trustee Williams, let me see if I'm on here. The chief clerk removed the Sauk Talk from our building and put it into a car outside our parking lot. The owner of the car found the boxes in her car and was alarmed with it, and she came in and got her supervisor and returned with us the boxes in her car. Right so far. Then the Sauk Talks was removed from this person's car, and what happened?
Per the affidavits that I received, they were removed from the employee's car and placed into a resident's car.
We know what reason?
Per the memos that I received, again, the affidavits because I was not here, per the affidavits of the employees as well, including the village manager, it was stated that the mayor requested temporary appointed Chief Fox to put them in this resident's vehicle so she could drop them off to him. That's what they have written.
A couple more things.
And just to clarify, the videotape does not show him actually with Sauk Talks in his hands. It shows him the red and white copy paper boxes, which I witnessed that they came in the building on, and which per the affidavits of the employees state that the boxes were in her car, were red on the bottom, white on the top, and when they opened up the top, it had Sauk Talks in it.
Was Sauk Talk, was there anything that's needed that they're gonna be written? Was there in a container to set the post office?
Oh, they
Wasn't
were,
that all or anything?
when they came to us, they were folded and tabbed, and we, myself, as I stated on Tuesday, myself, the village clerk, and Ms. Todd, we separated them in numbers of 50. At that point in time, the village clerk came in, I believe, on Tuesday, and separated them into the number that was needed per the 6 postal zones that we have. Once she separated them into the zones, she bound them with the zone number and how many were in the zone number. She then placed them in the provided U.S. postal bins, that are plastic, they say U.S. Postal Service inside. She placed them in those bins with the appropriate number of Sauk Talks in each bin. And then she passed the paperwork that's needed for bulk mailing. She gave that to the village manager to keep along with the check. I was informed today that the village manager, sometime between the time she received it from the village manager and the time the Sauk Talks left the building, the village manager had placed the bulk mailing paperwork in the room with the Sauk Talks, so that was, again, removed as well.
So there definitely was identified as a U.S. mail going out.
Absolutely.
Okay. So does the chief have permission to go and just deploy his car, or he just open the door and went in?
The employees, from the information that I have that has been disseminated to the board, from what this says is the chief mistook the car. He was looking for a silver Ford, and I can only assume the first silver Ford he found was what he put the boxes in. However, that was not the intended car.
So he entered this employee's car without permission and put the place cited?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Where are they at now? They was placed in the residence party? You have no idea where the original was there?
No, sir. I reported to the village manager and the email that she sent to everybody. She did contact that resident, and I believe, find her email. Sorry, can you bear with me a minute? But I believe she did speak with them, and she did say, let me see, I will not state the resident's name at this time, but I contacted the resident regarding the boxes. She stated she was taking care of them for the mayor. I left a voice message for the mayor as of 2:41, not spoken to him regarding this issue. I also spoke to staff and Nick Dietrich on this matter. Mr. Dietrich recommended I compose an email and inform the board. I met with Trustee Williams on her arrival, and she requested to review the village cameras to review what transpired.
Was there post already been paid on this stuff already? Did you already pay for the postage that they're going to be sent out? Or do we do that upon delivery of the post?
Upon delivery, we had to do that. What actually happened was the postage on them was our bulk postage code that we have. We had to bring subsequent money because that's the money that we use, that's the postal code that, from what I was told, that we use to send out water billing and everything. So we had to replenish that fund, and that's what the check was for. The check was attached to the post office paperwork, and all of that was to go with the 6 bins to be brought to, the post office for shipment.
So there's also this check.
No, the village manager did she removed the check from the stack that the village clerk gave to the village manager, including the check and including the paperwork. She did check, which was in her office, but she did place the paperwork in the conference room of the Sauk Talk.
You have any idea roughly how much it cost this village today to redo all of them? That's
Let's
roughly.
redo them. From what I was told, the village clerk said that she was contacting Mr. Dietrich for an approximation of the resources that we had utilized today.
I heard that we figure it out. How many reams of paper did you go through?
I have no idea. Do you have any idea?
We printed 3,000 Sauk Talks at a total of 4 pages each, and we can only estimate the cost to be roughly $300 or $400 at this point. The problem was, had we not done it today on a timely manner, the postal rates are going up over the weekend. That was the urgency, that if we didn't get it done by, in the post office by tomorrow, that the postage would have been, exceeded the amount that we were originally quoted. So Dick Dietrich made a quick estimate. That's just based on 1 cent per copy, and I believe he said $73 per paper, but that does not include the cost of the toner and all the other expenses that came with the printing, and 5 man-hours for 8 hours per person today. Of course, those people won't get paid, they're volunteers, but I do appreciate 5 people here since 9 o'clock this morning, working straight through to 5 with no break.
How much did the village pay to have the original design version?
Use the mic.
I'm sorry, I didn't have time to give you guys the invoices. I did obtain the invoices from the payroll clerk, and the invoice was $845 for the original. I took a copy of that for the board, I just have next time to give it to you guys.
Any other questions?
I have some here, but I'll prefer to ask them in the executive session.
There's nothing further to say. Ask for a motion to go into executive session regarding personnel and litigation. We have a motion and a second. Motion to call.
Benson. Burgess.
Yes.
Chavez.
Yes.
Hanks.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Meeting adjourned at 7:30. We'll recess at 7:30.
David, could you repeat what that motion was? We wouldn't hear it.
I'm sorry. The motion was to go into executive session regarding personnel and pending litigation.
So that's.
I need a motion to reconvene.
So moved. Second.
Motion is second.
Benson. Burgess.
Here.
Chavez.
Here.
Hanks.
Yes.
Myers.
Here.
Williams.
Yes.
Now, Village Clerk, please call the roll.
Benson. Burgess.
Here.
Chavez.
Here.
Hanks.
Here.
Myers.
Here.
Williams.
Here.
I have a motion to direct the village attorneys to draft charges against temporary chief Robert Fox.
Speak into the mic.
The least of.
Speak up, please.
Theft of village property and official misconduct, with a special hearing to be called 1 week from tonight at 7 p.m. to review the charges.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion with a second. Any comment? Village Clerk, please call roll.
Benson. Burgess.
Yes.
Chavez.
Yes.
Hanks.
Yes.
Myers.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Okay. Move to item number 5. Herbert, the motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
A motion is second on the floor. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Meeting adjourned.